So Trump is the incarnation of Patton. Appears crazy, right? Well, just listen to me for a second, those of you who believe in reincarnation. A Trump supporter once said that Donald Trump reminded him of one of the greatest generals in American history, General Patton. As per events from the past, Trump reminds us in numerous ways of George Patton, the American general famous by military men as Old Blood and Guts, whose larger-than-life character has been stated in an Oscar-winning movie, children's books, museums, motivational manuals, and cyberspace. Some netizens seem sure that Trump is the reincarnation of General Patton. Where do the similarities lay? Even if President Trump is not following the great general style, they share so many strange and shocking similarities in common that it is quite believable that he might be a reincarnation of General George Patton. Well, consider these parallels. Both were and are celebrated by a skill of strategic thinking matchless in history. Like Patton, Trump's mouth gets him into a lot of problems. But in the end, it's a key to his victory, not a weakness. Same with Patton. Like Patton, Trump was and is seen by military commanders as a great patriot. Like Patton, Trump was and is a great Christian. Like Patton, Trump is a genius, 156 IQ. And here's the proof. For example, name one person, with no political background, who ran for the US presidency against 17 professional, lifelong politicians and slaughtered them all on his first try. That is Trump. Like Patton, he is a genius in battle. That is when he cannot hide his strength and cannot use the dumb guy trick he normally uses to crush his enemies. This trick creates the ultimate factor of a surprise because thinking your enemy is an idiot makes you underestimate him and prepare poorly or not at all, while he had outlined your fate long ago, by weeks, months, years ago, with the best team at his disposal. That is the factor of surprise defined. Trump read Sun Tzu and other warfare masterpieces in military school. Trump and Patton both seemed crazy and vulgar, but used terms as chess moves. Their crazy words and phrases caused the rival to unconsciously move in the direction wanted by both. Trump uses tweets to taunt opponents into the light, confuse them, discourage them, and to increase the morale of followers. If you are a little different or a little outrageous, or if you do things that are bold or controversial, the press is going to write about you. President Donald Trump. Like Patton, Trump used sudden, unpredictable actions to throw off his opponents, which meant throwing off his friends, who couldn't always be let in on the move or counter-move. Like Patton, Trump is a true-born leader. Like Patton, Trump likes poetry and lyrics. Powerful, because they help their writing or speech become more inspiring. Without love for these, they could motivate very few with their words alone. Like Patton, Trump hates losing and doesn't. As Sun Tzu notified, both never went to battle until the battle was already won. Like Patton, Trump was and is a leader of psychological warfare. Like Patton, Trump foretells a future that has already taken place behind the scenes so that even his forecasts sound predictive. This encourages troops, gives followers faith, confidence, and courage. So is through a glass and darkly. The age-long strife I see. Where I fought in many guises. Many names. But always me General George Patton. Now let's look at some facts apart from the political career which will prove that Trump is the reincarnation of General Patton. Trump was born next year when General Patton died in a car accident in 1945. Not only are their characters similar, but even in their appearance, there is a striking resemblance. Both are from a wealthy family. Patton was born into a wealthy military family, whereas Trump was born in a prosperous real estate family. Patton entered a military school, and similarly Trump was sent to a military school by his father. Patton participated in the 1912 Olympic Games representing the Army, and similarly, Trump was good at football and baseball in 1964, became the head of the baseball team, and was a member of the school football team. Patton's helmet always shines. He wore cavalry high boots, matched with a fancy ivory-handled gun, holding a whip in his hands. In front of his Jeep, there was a big sign. He believed such an image can motivate his men. Trump owns private jets, limousines, and luxury yachts, with his name prominently printed on them. The imposing manner is very similar to Patton. Success is the only word in their resumes. Patton once said he just wanted to accomplish things. He would rather work for 100 years and live leisurely for 1,000 years. Like him, Trump accomplished a great deal. Even facing failures, he did not give up. In the 1990s, several companies were forced to declare bankruptcy. With his yielding efforts, he gained all that was lost. General George Patton, who died as a result of a car accident in 1945, was pilloried for his critique of Allied war leaders. He believed in reincarnation and liked poetry. He wrote some great poetry himself, which was represented in the movie Patton. Trump states lyrics or poetry in campaign talks, most prominently The Snake. Patton had a character type very similar to Trump. He was frank, very blunt, but charismatic and a master strategist that was hell-bent on winning. What Patton was to tank warfare, Trump is to economic and psychological warfare, which is Clinton's game. Economic warfare is more complex and effectual than tank warfare because it breaks nations without a shot being fired. Trump knows the media, and it is doubtful any other candidate would have gotten this far without an intimate understanding of the Clinton mind and understanding of their media manipulation in cable networks and Hollywood, not to mention the music industry. Trump is a businessman, but he understands war quite well. Trump's greatness was long established before he entered politics and ran against the deep state's chosen ones, but now it has become a movement. Unlike Trump, Patton didn't arrive in politics. But it was surely on his mind when he died in a car accident. If he had lived, it's possible, he would have tracked the lead of many former higher-ranking officers who joined corporate boards, became cabinet associates and ambassadors, and relocated themselves as Cold War warriors. His right-wing devotees, including the racist Mississippi Congressman John Rankin, known his name as Secretary of War, and pitched the notion of a run for Congress. The president might not buy into the reincarnation concept, but absolutely he wouldn't mind if it was true. So, that's it from our side. Do you think President Trump is the reincarnation of George Patton? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for interesting content like today. We hope you enjoyed our video, and we will see you next time.